The system is rigged. And the way the system gets rigged is that rich people rig the system for themselves.
I mean, the job market, it's not broken, it's fucking rigged. And, I'm convinced that this is all being done intentionally.
I feel like an idiot for being shocked because, of course, it's not a democracy. Of course, the system is rigged. It's fake because no matter who gets elected, you get the same foreign policy, you get the same economic policy, and the Epstein videos remain secret. So, that just shows you that our system has no effect on the actual system.
Wait, what are you talking about? I thought we could all sleep well at night now knowing that Epstein legitimately stuff, right? I've dug into that, and it's just so spooky what's going on with that. I mean, how do you charge a guy with trafficking when there are no end users that have been charged? Who did he traffic to?
I don't know. You got me on that one.
I mean, right? How do you charge him with that if that's where the trail starts? Where does it end? I think there's just a lot more going on than the majority of people know about.
What do you think that was?
What do I think it was?
Yeah.
I think it was a blackmail operation. What do you think it was?
I think it was a blackmail operation run by the CIA and the Israeli intel services, and probably others. French intelligence always has a hand in everything, I've noticed, so probably them too. The usual, darkest forces in the world colluding to make rich and powerful people obey their agenda.
I don't understand why nobody has come out on it. Nobody has come out on it, right? I mean, because if you paint the scenario, you get on a jet, maybe you're totally innocent, you don't know what's going on, two hot women come out of the whatever stewardess place, come out, and one thing leads to another.
Yes.
And then what happens? They go, oh, we got you, you're on camera, and by the way, these girls are 15 or 16 or whatever the hell they were, right? And yes, if you're a married guy, it's pretty up that you're doing that, but I mean, it's nothing new under the sun. So why wouldn't you just scream blackmail at the top of your lungs like, I didn't know, this is what happened, and just come clean on it?
Why do you think?
Because they're repeat customers.
Yeah, because they're so deeply implicated that they can't actually get out of it.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, there's also, it's not just blackmail that makes people obey. It's not just bribery. It's also the threat of...
Do you know anybody that's been threatened with...
I think every U.S. president has been threatened with implicitly because of John F. Kennedy. I've known a bunch of presidents. I think every one of them understands that, it's pretty obvious what happened there. And no one has, to this day, released all the files. And why is that? Because the message is really clear. If you get too far outside the boundaries, you could wind up like JFK.
Who places the boundaries?
Probably the same forces sitting president in 1963. If you listen to the tape of Richard Nixon talking to the CIA director in the Oval Office, when he brings up Kennedy's, he's the president. In fact, not only is he the president, he's won by the biggest landslide in American history. He has a real mandate, and he is afraid. He's afraid even to talk in private to the CIA director about what that was. And he indicates, I know what happened to Jack Kennedy. And the CIA director doesn't even respond. And the president doesn't have the balls to say, hey, son, I'm talking to you. You work for me. I want the files on this.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Jack Kennedy. He was in the head next to his wife in public, like a man. Mm-hmm. I want to know what happened here. He does not have the balls to say that to his own CIA director.
Man.
That's the level of fear that a murder like that's officially unsolved, but, whose outline everyone really, a lot of people understand. That's the fear that inculcates.
There are over 700,000 homeless people in America. Men, women, children, veterans, sleeping in tents, cars, storage units, alleyways. And do you know how many vacant homes there are? Over 16 million. Let that sink in. There's more empty houses than homeless humans. Yet somehow, they convince you that homelessness is a failure of the person. Nah. It's a decision. A choice made by the system. A system that would rather let a home sit empty and rot than let someone live in it without a profit. Is the system broken? It's not. It's functioning exactly how it was designed. Because if they can convince you that going homeless is a personal failure, then they never have to take responsibility and fix this system. And the worst part, housing isn't scarce. Compassion is, but the empty buildings, they're everywhere. And the only thing that stands between a roof and a human being is a fucking price tag, and a system that sees property as more valuable than human beings. We solved homelessness on paper, then the system crumpled it up and lit it on fire. A system that was built to protect profit, not people.
The system system is rigged. And the way the system gets rigged is that rich people rig the system for themselves. And that is exactly what's happening today with this bill and the 3 sets of crypto bills that are before Congress. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And the way they do that is by lobbying members of Congress, giving them campaign donations, mobilizing people in their districts to vote for scams like this bill. Just 2 weeks ago, this Republican majority passed the largest tax break in American history for the wealthy. That bill, the big ugly bill, will make the rich in this country 4% richer, while it makes the poor in this country 4% poorer. And it does that by stealing your health care, stealing food assistance, stealing housing, and stealing the fundamental support programs that make it possible for working families to survive in this country. But guess what? Donald Trump doesn't care, because he's a con man. He's happy to tell you that he's going to save you money on groceries while the cost of groceries is going up at historic rates. Just yesterday, the Consumer Finance Index showed that the cost of everything is up. The cost of housing, the cost of groceries, the cost of basic consumer goods. And why is it going up? Because of Donald Trump's tariffs and the policies that he's pushing through this Congress. And now, as part of his larger crypto crime scheme, he is pushing to pass these 3 bills that, guess what, are going to make him richer and make the American people poor. That's what this is all about. Now, how are they going to rig this system? They're trying to pretend like this is a regulation bill. This is absolutely about deregulating the crypto market, dismantling protections for consumers, weakening oversight, massive loopholes for the worst possible actors, like Donald Trump himself. And it would leave consumers unprotected, fraud unchecked. It would hurt and destabilize the economy. And yes, at the end of the day, it will hurt working families. Because when the economy becomes unstable, guess who's okay? The rich. But who's not okay? People who are living on the edge. So it's important that we see this set of bills for what it is. It's a scam. It's an effort by those who want to take advantage of the financial system and hardworking Americans and your pensions and your paychecks and your investments and scam you. They want to scam you out of your money. They want to take it for themselves, and they're going to use Congress to do it. And every single one of these Republicans is going to be complicit in it. That's what's going on here. So folks need to wake up. Groceries are going up. Housing is going up, healthcare is going up, and they're rigging the system for themselves. And we're here not only to say no, but hell no, we're going to fight for our working families.
I mean, the job market, it's not broken, it's fucking rigged. And, I'm convinced that this is all being done intentionally. Right now we are living through the collapse of actual employment disguised as modern hiring practices. And to me, it's giving dystopian like Hunger Games, but with less food and more gaslighting. And let's just start with the basics here, because we have people that are doing 3 fucking interviews for a fast food job. I mean, I'm sorry, are we applying to flip burgers here, or are we applying for clearance at the fucking Pentagon? I mean, and it's not even just that. I've heard of people doing 8 to 10 interviews for entry-level positions that are paying $15 an hour if you're lucky, and traumatized. And then what? They do all of that just to turn around and fucking ghost you. What I think is really going on, they're not hiring us because they're data mining us. We fill out an application, we upload a resume, you fill out that same exact information manually like a good little robot. Why? Because they're harvesting our fucking data, our age, our gender, our race, our behavior, even our typing patterns. Yes, that's a real thing, our fucking typing patterns. Can you believe that? And your webcam feed, if that's a video interview that you have to do, which let's not talk about how fucking awkward that is. And all that info, it's getting sold, it's getting trained to AI, it's getting profiled. We're not a candidate. We are a commodity at the end of the day. Meanwhile, you've got automation replacing actual workers. Self-checkouts, AI voice bots, remote scheduling algorithms. I mean, they don't want human employees anymore. Why? Because us humans, we need breaks, we need insurance, we need benefits, boundaries. AI doesn't need that stuff. And the companies that are hiring, they're pushing psych evaluations, personality tests, trick questions that make you feel like you need a fucking PhD just to be a, you know, customer service representative. And it's psychological warfare. It breaks you down, it shakes your confidence, and, you know, it makes us grateful for absolute crumbs, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. And let's just zoom out a little bit further. This isn't about jobs, it's about control, just like everything is. It's always about control. And what we're seeing right now is we are moving toward a future of central bank digital currencies, so CBDCs, digital IDs, tokenized labor systems, where absolutely everything that we're doing is being tracked, scored, and approved by some faceless AI fucking HR bot that went to Lucifer's School of Business Ethics, for fuck's sakes. And, you know, it's just becoming out of control. Our work history, behavior, and even social media activity could be tied to employment access because of all this. So, you know, you might literally not be able to get a job unless your score is compliant. Real cute, huh? But welcome to the social credit system now with less freedom and more forced smiling, right? That's why this job market feels so weird, because it's not designed to employ us anymore. It's designed to break us down, wear us out, and prep us for the next stage of fucking digital enslavement, where our money is programmable, our labor is disposable, what else? Oh, and our worth. It's decided by a fucking algorithm. So isn't that just real nice, real fucking cute? So, but yeah, you know, just go ahead and upload that resume one more fucking time, right? No one wants to work anymore. I'm not buying it. No, we just don't want to be unpaid extras in this fucking dystopian LinkedIn fan fiction, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, you know, if you've been feeling like something's off with all of this, you're not crazy at all. You're just paying attention.